First things first, I got Jing Ling. What was her name again? Jing Liu. Jing Liu. Forgive me if I don't pronounce this correctly. I've never been good with names. Anyway, I got her off screen because, it was a random pull at the end. Now I'm saving up for Boot Hill. Anyway, or maybe I'll get Topaz, depending on which one comes first. I really do want Boot Hill, but I don't know which banners are next. Um, so I got 46 warps tickets saved up, and now we're gonna do character missions. Alright, let's do the Dong Hong one. Return of the Dragon. I did a small part of it off screen, so
there is noise.
I don't believe it.
Need your extractor cleaned or your star skip?
Yeah, I got Jing Liu.
Excuse me. Are you two on your way to the Alchemy Commission, Delph?
I got her up to level 70. I got her skills to level 7. Well, her main skills to level 7 or higher. Oh. What are you doing here?
Hello. What brings you two here? The wind and waves are restless around lunar-rescent depths today.
Even you came to dissuade me from visiting the High Elder, General?
This encounter was not of my making. I've been recuperating in the Alchemy Commission under the Dragon Lady's care. Our paths have merely crossed. But your question would suggest that there are others interested in dissuading you from such a venture.
That's right. Yes. Many, each with their own agenda. It's just a quick meeting. What's the big deal?
Matters that concern the rise and fall of the Vidyadhara will inevitably attract certain parties. Those that would work circumstances to their advantage. Be it Don Feng, the Preceptors, or the Alchemy Commission that trained the Dragon Lady.
Your injury hasn't dulled your instincts, General. The Preceptors and the Commission seem deeply concerned.
A chance meeting is a gift from fate. Why don't I help you to fathom their intent, then? The power struggle between the Preceptors and their High Elder is a tale as old as time. And someone as powerful as Don Feng, who was completely beyond their control, was enough for them to harbor a hidden rage. The Elders used to have a small say in appointing the new High Elder. Who could have imagined that Don Feng would pick his own successor? And yet, that is precisely what happened. And all they could do was accept the result. Now that Don Hong has arrived, the Elders see yet another chance. How could they let it go?
Pretty bold of them.
Us outsiders should not judge the laws of the Vidyadhara. The Preceptors have been suppressed for some time now. They will inevitably try to overturn the situation. These people speak of legitimacy. They believe that Bai Lu was chosen as heir apparent by the previous High Elder, and that unless you were to commit a terrible sin, the Preceptors should have no right whatsoever to choose again. The Healer Lady has draconic features and scarcely believable therapeutic abilities. Some regard this as evidence that she is the High Elder. But the Preceptors are fixated on strength and are unwilling to accept her. Now that Don Feng's reincarnation has shown a command over the vast marine expanse of lunarescent depths, those longing to keep the traditional bequeathal of the High Elder feel increasingly uneasy. After Don Feng's abdication, they fought against the Preceptors and saved Bai Lu's dignity. They demonstrated it. These folks aren't the type to just let it go. It is an internal affair of the Vidyadharas. As long as it does not disturb the peace aboard the Luofu, it does not involve the General of the Cloud Knights. Nevertheless, as a friend, let me remind you of one thing. So long as Don Hong and Bai Lu, with their respective High Elder powers and titles, both remain on the Luofu, the Vidyadhara will never cease their internal strife. This is not to say that either of you are to blame. It's getting late. You are headed to repair the Arbor's seal at Scale Gorge Waterscape and visit the High Elder, no? Farewell for now. I should start taking this business of rest and recuperation a little more seriously.
I mean, yeah, you should.
Master Dan Heng, you're back. Have you made your decision? Will you come with me to meet with the elders first? Or are you set on seeing Miss Bailu?
Miss Bailu is already waiting at Scale Gorge Waterscape.
Your stubbornness is redolent of your previous incarnation.
Sorry, but you're not going anywhere. A criminal who destroyed our succession is unworthy of setting foot in the sacred places of the Vidyadhara.
Wait. Master Dan Heng's presence at Scale Gorge Waterscape has been approved by the 6 charioteers and the preceptors. He is no longer the criminal he once was.
Empty rhetoric. There are ways of unearthing his true identity.
Yeah, we're gonna kick your butt,
And
dude.
even his reincarnation should answer for the monstrous crimes of the past. The Vidyadhara will never accept him. Die, Don Feng.
Oh.
Heaven surge. Rise! The times are
You
changed.
say Don Feng was merely your previous incarnation. How, then, do you still possess the power of the High Elder?
Heaven surge. Break!
As I expected, Don Feng, you have returned.
Thank you for rescuing.
They came for me.
It's risky to remain here. I understand.
It could be dangerous ahead.
You know, I'm gonna keep my team. I like to try out. Oh, I guess I don't. Right. I mean, I guess I should keep him. Where's... He's my healer. I guess. Yeah, I mean, she could eat. I could use it for the next one.
So slow. I've been waiting for you here for ages.
Want to chat with Dong Ho.
Hello there. Long time no see. What are you doing here?
We were met by an assassin on the way over, miss.
An assassin? Are you okay? Are you injured?
Fortunately, the skills of Master Dan Heng and his friends were too much for them. There are those that wish to assassinate Master Dan Heng, miss. Presumably to preserve your legitimacy as High Elder.
I don't care about my legitimacy. Why do they? I told you, whoever wants to be the High Elder is welcome. I never wanted the title.
I am Dan Heng. It is an honor to meet you, Miss Bailu.
You're Dan Heng? I heard about how you parted the ancient sea in Scale Gorge Waterscape. These assassins have got their work cut out for them.
That's right.
Miss Bailu, please don't say things like that.
Let me take a look at you. Dragon horns. Well, they say you're Danfeng's reincarnation. I suppose it must be true then. But you're different from me. Where's your tail? If I let you be High Elder, will you grow a tail?
About the High Elder succession. I have no intention of getting entangled in that. I'm here to repair the Ambrosial Arbor seal. This is the duty of the lawful Vidyadhara.
Oh, really? Then why'd you come to CB? All I've learned since my hatching rebirth are some medical skills at the Alchemy Commission. I can't repair seals or part the sea like you can.
I should take this opportunity to talk with you about the past, Miss Bailu. I've heard about your situation, and while I can't guarantee a solution, I will do my best to improve things for you.
Interesting. You're not like other grown-ups. You say what you think, and you seem trustworthy. So, you want me to go with you to Scale Gorge Water?
Precisely.
Let's go then.
Miss Bailu.
Guanxi, please wait here for me. I'll come back as soon as I can. I've got these two to look after me. Don't worry.
I mean, true. You got the previous head, and you got, well, technically me. Just tell her.
What a
Not so loud.
Is that the Ambrosial Arbor?
Yes. Forming a seal and using their power to curb the spread of the Arbor's roots is an important task entrusted to the Luofu's High Elder.
News to me. The elders must be well aware that I'm not qualified for this position. Which begs the question, why did Danfeng choose me all those years ago?
That's exactly what I've come to Scale Gorge Waterscape to find out. Among the Vidyadhara, the High Elder is the existence closest to the permanence. According to historical records, the High Elder succession involves a secret ritual known as the Transmutation Arcanum, as well as a treasure known as Dragon Heart. Once succession is complete, the former High Elder undergoes a hatching rebirth, while the new High Elder begins to display draconic features. However, Danfeng's ritual failed, and his powers remained within me. And if for some reason, it also created you.
So, in medical terms, he messed up the prescription. And brought suffering down on himself and just about everyone else in the
I want to use this opportunity to repair the Ambrosial Arbor seal, and see if I can help recall our memories.
Oh.
Shun the tree's growth, the residual plague, water of the ancient sea. Upon the High Elder's command, subdue the eternal roots. Strange. This is different from the breaking of the seal. Why is there no reaction?
What's wrong? Not going to plan, huh?
Shun the tree's growth, the residual plague.
Shun the tree's growth, the residual plague. Water of the ancient sea.
Upon the High Elder's command, subdue the eternal roots.
Oh.
This feeling.
That's it. You did it. And this alone should prove to everyone that you are the true High Elder. When the seal was reestablished, did you recall anything?
It was like a tide surging through my mind. I became really, really huge, and the whole of Scale Gorge Waterscape was responding to my voice, resonating with me.
Oh.
That's fun! Danheng, teach me another trick. Let's see if I can remember anything else.
Wait. Can you feel it? There's someone coming. You! Who are you? Protect Bailu!
Hey! I'm doing the protecting here. Nobody's getting hurt with me around.
Alright,
Heaven Surge.
What do you want to know?
Justice for oblivion. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Destiny isn't chosen.
Another.
there you go.
How did they manage to appear right next to us without a sound?
They may have used a cloud hymn to create mist and provide a smoke screen. I'm afraid this ambush was probably lying in wait for us. Seems like some people have had enough of my presence. If I'm their target, why would they come after Bailu? We don't know how many there are. Let's get out of here. Go!
Okay.
Look at that shadow. Could it be an assassin?
Don't worry.
Oh.
This power, it rivals the tidal forces in Scale Gorge Waterscape.
I'm afraid you have the wrong person. These floating shadows are called Mirage Echoes. They are memories of past lives and echoes from the past that the Vidyadhara shed during their rebirth.
The books say that these mirages only speak to people they can recognize. And the water on their bodies can be used as medicine.
Seems this Mirage mistook me for...
There's no mistake. This old man would recognize your voice anywhere. Have you come to this sacred place to repent? The proud son of the Vidyadhara, hero of the High Cloud Quintet. You fought with us your whole life. How far you have fallen. You availed yourself of the Transmutation Arcanum to summon that draconic abomination, and almost laid waste to Scale Gorge Waterscape in the process. If your allies hadn't united to slay it, then the abomination would have destroyed the Ambrosial Arbor's seal. Tell me, did it sadden you to watch the abomination perish? As the High Elder, you should have freed us from the plight of rebirth and set foot on a brand new path. But instead, you were seduced by your reputation and abandoned yourself. You counted Xianjonitas and even short-life species among your friends. The upcoming trial is your final chance. Hand over the secrets of the Transmutation Arcanum now, and the Preceptors can help you keep your secret.
Trial?
Our laws could have seen you executed. Pity that the High Elder succession could not be allowed to die with you. Kylorum Venti of the Yaoqing put forward a strong case for you, and the Ten Lords Commission spared you from capital punishment. But the punishment of molting rebirth could not be avoided.
Elder, look around you. You've long since reincarnated. What remains here are just the mirages of the waters of the ancient sea.
Impossible. I still live! The High Elder succession will not be severed in this generation.
I don't like this Mirage Echo. He thought that the Vidyadhara was superior to other races, and that he was superior to other Vidyadhara. As if the Vidyadhara would never progress without their plans. I guess Danfeng probably never told him the secret of the Transmutation Arcanum.
We shouldn't linger here. The assassins are using skilled cloud hymn magic to make themselves invisible. But their presence is all too real. These Mirage Echoes, on the other hand, are vestiges of the past. If we can center and transmit the echoes, we should be able to detect any assassins hidden beneath the surface of the wall. Let's look for Mirage Echoes and send out pulses. Move carefully.
Alright, that's what you...
fire me. You fled the Alchemy Commission yet again. How many times have I told you, our rules state that...
Sorry. I'm sorry. Wait. I remember that voice. That's the old chief alchemist. So she's been reborn?
Reborn? More excuses. Who brought you out this time? Is that Master Don Feng?
He's not.
Why do you remain silent? Your Highness, you're still as cold and lonely as you ever were. Like the eternal ice on the Fang Hu. Bailu, return to the Forbidden Residence. I must speak with
Oh, okay. Wait, no! You were just a mirage echo. I got tricked again.
Master Don Feng, I finally understand your plan. That little girl is the key to the Transmutation Arcanum. This is a breakthrough for my
The key?
The Vidyadhara performs self-reincarnation, but we are unable to reproduce. Natural and artificial disasters inevitably reduce our population. If this continues, one day our noble draconic bloodline will perish, and the fated decree of the permanence will be violated. For this very reason, I have spent my entire life researching ways to free the Vidyadhara from the cycle of reincarnation. I have been without success for a long, long time, thinking that this reincarnation had been naught but a waste. But now, you...
Don Feng. What did he do?
Master Don Feng, your changes to the Transmutation Arcanum created a draconic abomination that wreaked great destruction. But it also created a new life. This is the hope that will one day allow the Vidyadhara to reproduce. My understanding of reproduction was limited by ordinary notions. How constrained I was. Why should Vidyadhara reproduction remain trapped within the confines of our race? To unearth the potential might of Long's blood and incorporate other races into the flesh of the dragon. Isn't that the real meaning behind the Transmutation Arcanum? The Preceptors are too narrow-minded to see your talent. They want to install another High Elder. Foolish.
What does she mean by that?
The Transmutation Arcanum seems to contain a secret that allows the Vidyadhara to escape the cycle of reincarnation and return to normal reproduction. But the mechanism eludes me. Let's go.
Let's get rid of that guy.
Another invisible assassin?
Careful. They're waiting for us to get close enough to reveal our weak spots. Awaken, dormant scales. World-cleansing dragon.
Ill tidings manifest. Another journey begins. On the still waters of oblivion. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Confidence.
The strength. I sense a storm. The heavens surge. Break!
Destiny is apparent.
Destined for oblivion. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
What was this? Oh, it's just a normal life.
It's you, Master Dongfeng. Why did you disgrace yourself? You were my hero. I dreamed of being just like you. Of joining the Cloud Knight.
This Mirage Echo. You must be a Cloud Knight who fought alongside Dongfeng all those years ago.
How many of us perished in that disaster and could not be reincarnated? And my leg was torn off by that abomination. Oh, the pain. The doctors at the Alchemy Commission said I have to reincarnate as soon as possible to avoid affecting my mortal life. But my poor comrades have no chance of returning to the ancient sea. You once told us that we should cherish every life cycle, and that you would use cloudy magic to heal our wounds. But in the end, all you did was betray us.
I must listen to him very carefully.
I will never forgive you. The High Elder's power belongs to the Vidyadhara of the Lawful. You are unworthy. The Vidyadhara must not sever the High Elder's succession tradition just because of you. Hand it over.
Dan Heng, is this the price we pay for bearing the power of the High Elder? Carrying the weight of all these expectations. All this hatred.
Before any of this transpires, you have enough time to prepare.
Oh my god, I almost got attacked by someone else.
Heaven's Surge. Rise!
Destiny is apparent.
Destiny for oblivion. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
There we go.
The strength. Heaven's Surge. Break!
Destiny is apparent.
On the still waters of oblivion. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Heaven's Surge. Rise!
Destiny for oblivion. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Miss Bailu, are you okay? You were in there for such a long time.
Luckily, I had Dan Heng and him to protect me all the way. If anyone's owed a thanks, it's them.
I didn't expect those assassins to be so brazen and reckless. Storming a sacred place like Scale Gorge Waterscape and pursuing you. Rest assured, Miss Bailu. I'll report them to the elders and round them all up. Fortunately, the three of you were blessed by the gods. If anything had happened to you, it would have been a dereliction of duty on my part.
Assassins. None of us mentioned that the danger.
Oh, it's because we were already attacked at the ferry, no? I was just worried that those people would try and attack you again.
You said those assassins only came from Mr. Dan Heng. But the ones we met in the ruins were coming from me instead.
Perhaps the real dereliction of duty was that not enough happened to you.
So, did the Elders send you to take out the unworthy High Elder?
That was my idea alone. How could the Preceptors have come up with that? From my perspective, the Vidyadhara requires only one High Elder. A second High Elder, one who is weak and useless, must be removed. Miss Bailu, our relationship as mistress and maid ends here. Farewell.
The strength.
Okay, first...
Awaken dormant scales. World-cleansing dragon.
Oh, shoot.
Heaven's Surge.
Let me tend your wounds.
Sense a storm. Heaven's Surge. Rise!
Lance ablaze. Lance! Forward!
Charge!
The times are changed. Awaken dormant scales. World-cleansing dragon.
See the doctor?
Am I too late?
Oh.
Time for the
Did you
master
bring
stroke.
reinforcements?
Reinforcements? I am the reinforcement.
Oh, I heard him say that line in the by the community, but I didn't know it was from this.
Your time, but don't waste it.
I mean, that's cool though.
Show no mercy.
Okay.
Follow my charge. Here, his thunder.
I'm on guard. The strength.
Okay.
Heaven's Surge. Break.
Sacred of the saint.
Conflict is pitiless.
Time to schwatz your prescription!
Do not fret.
Let me tend your wounds.
Lance at the ready. Lance ablaze.
All right, charge.
Lance! Forward!
I sense a storm. Heaven's Surge. Rise!
There's no time to lose.
The strength. Heaven surge. Break.
A foregone conclusion.
Awaken, dormant skin. World cleansing dragon.
Time. Show no mercy.
I'm on guard.
A miracle.
Heaven surge. Rise.
There we go.
A pity. So close.
Did the Preceptors truly believe that nobody knew of their scheme? They should return to their senses. Attacking the Dragon Lady only destroys what little prestige they have remaining.
The whole thing was planned by me and me alone. Beware of false charges, General.
Save your breath. We'll know the truth once the Cloud Knights send you to the Ten Lords Commission's judges.
Too late, Jing Yuan. I go no further.
She probably had like a suicide pill or something.
I always felt useless in the eyes of the Elders. A false dragon who failed to inherit the power of the High Elder. And today I realized they'll use any means of removing me.
Not all of the Vidyadhara harbor evil intentions. If you feel uneasy, Dragon Lady, the Seat of Divine Foresight can arrange for you to stay elsewhere.
Thank you, General. I'd like to talk more with Dan Heng first.
Very well. I will await all of you at the fair.
Good night. Alright.
The Vidyadhara have neither parents nor family members. Once born, the teacher is assigned to instruct the young Vidyadhara in the art of Cloud Hymn, as well as various life skills. Dan Heng, did you have a teacher like that?
If you're asking about Vidyadhara tradition, I'm afraid that's something I never had any experience of. I've always been a wanderer. I can never return to my homeland. In my fragmented dreams, I meet enemies on the battlefield. But in my travels, I meet many people who I can describe with the word teacher.
As far back as I can remember, I've had the Preceptors and Alchemy Commission healers telling me what to do. Cure diseases, save lives. I don't know if that counts as teaching. You know something? It feels like you're the teacher I've been waiting for. Virtuous in the past life, master in the next life. Perhaps we were friends or disciples in our previous incarnations.
A friend or disciple of Dan Feng? Maybe, Miss Bailu. At first, I was worried that your title of High Elder was in name only, and that an absence of true power would eventually put you in grave danger. It seems I was overthinking things. You have no shortage of true power.
You mean the power to repair the seal? The power you taught me?
The Mirage Echoes of Scale Gorge Waterscape mentioned that not only was Dan Feng a brave warrior, he could heal others with Cloud Hymn magic. What you have is the power of the High Elder that belongs to you. The power of life that can reforge the Arbor's seal and the vitality of the eternal roots. It is a world away from my power of destruction.
In that case, Dunfeng probably had a gentle side to him too, right?
Perhaps.
We should head back to the healer's market. I have other things to do today. Let's go.
I say Dong Feng most likely split himself in two. One for destruction, one for creation. Dong Hong is for destruction.
Now that the seal is repaired, my affairs on the Xianzhou have drawn to an end. For the time being.
Are you planning on staying on the Luofu? The banishment decree has been revoked, and the Preceptors have regained an awareness of the situation. This is your chance to return to your home.
As a nameless, the Express still needs me.
Ah, that is a pity.
Okay. Nice. Okay. So I got like 3 achievements out of that. Use during 3. Oh, that's cool. Complete. Okay. There was another one. Or did they only do 2? Okay, well, I guess. Oh, sweet. Oh. Nice. Now for the next mission. Yeah, I still got like an hour before I have to call it a night. Let's go with this one. A letter without a sender identifies in the express pilot car. No one knows of its arrival, just like how no one knows who will receive it. Alright, let's go with this one. Okay. So how many wishes I got? 47.
Heave ho! Heave ho! Huh? Trailblazer, do you need help with something?
Who sent this
Pom-Pom's
letter?
been cleaning up this whole time and didn't see any letters.
Did someone sneak?
What? Don't scare Pom-Pom like that! Why are there always strange things sneaking onto our train? Pom-Pom is going to upgrade the security level around here. What does the letter say? It looks like an invitation. Who could have sent it? Does Don Hong have any friends on the Law Fu? If Pom-Pom remembers correctly, he said he was exiled from there, right?
Johnny?
Unlikely. If the general sent the letter, he would have signed it.
Why don't you show Don Hong the letter?
What is it? Do you need something? There's no signature. And it doesn't mention a time or place. Looks like whoever sent this expects me to remember. Unfortunately, I'm going to disappoint them.
Could it be Blaine?
The handwriting does seem like that of a swordmaster, but Blade would have gotten straight to the point. It's an invitation, all right, but this is too mysterious to be him. Let me hold on to the letter. Anything related to Dan Feng's past should be handled with care.
All right, buddy. He knows. He knows. He just doesn't want to get us involved.
Just as I thought. There was more than met the eye. Letting him leave first was a wise choice. I can't put him in danger again because of this. But if he didn't send the letter, then who did? Maybe I should make a trip to the seat of divine foresight. I need to ask Jing Yuan about the Stellaron hunters.
Oh, we're going as Dong Hong. Let's see. The team must include Zhang Luo. Do I use my own? You know, I am confident in mine, so I'm going to bring a bunch of support and alright, let me just check on my character's gear real quick. She's fine the way she is. She's okay. I mean, she'll be okay too. Yeah, we're good. Oh, we came in at this moment.
After all this time away from Alafu, the seat of divine foresight has only become more hostile. It's quite reassuring. Relax. You needn't be so cautious, young man. I'm just reminiscing about the old days. However, I never thought Jing Yuan would send you to accompany me. It would seem our fates are intertwined.
Huh?
I've got my work cut out for me today. Well, if it isn't Dan Heng.
Greetings. I need to speak to the General about something.
Looking for compensation for the injuries I gave you? I accept full responsibility. They can deduct my next 100 years' salary if they like.
That won't be necessary. The Cloud Knights were doing their duty. I should be apologizing for any damage I caused myself.
You came at a bad time. The General is busy with urgent work. You probably won't be able to meet with him today. But he did leave a message. Dan Heng, do you recognize the person on the steps?
How would I word this? He remembers things, but he doesn't remember some things. It's always tricky when it comes to Dong Ho, what he remembers. I'm gonna go with no, considering I couldn't think of anyone else.
No. If the General isn't available, I'll come back another day.
You don't remember her? I see. I suppose the memories of your previous life really were wiped clean after the rebirth. That is Jing Liu, the previous sword champion of the Xianzhou Lafu. She was the closest friend of Imbibitor Lune, your previous incarnation. She was also the General's master. According to records of wars past, her blade has slain countless denizens of abundance. Not even the feather guards of the Wing Weaver, the father wolf of the Borazon, where the gigantic mecha beast could withstand a single strike from her. She's a renowned legend. However, those are ancient stories. It's a shame that even a hero like her wasn't able to break free of Mara. It is said that in the end, Jing Liu lost her sanity and slaughtered anyone in sight. She was deemed a criminal and fled to outer worlds. With her powers, you'd think there would be no one capable of bringing her in. For some reason, she arrived on the Luofu with a suspect disguised as a traveling merchant and said she wanted to turn herself in. Her surrender came with one condition: that she be allowed a day of freedom before the trial. She wanted to travel to Scale Gorge Waterscape and meet with her old friends one last time. I can't believe Jing Yuan actually agreed. Before he left, he ordered us to accompany Jing Liu during her last day on the Luofu. We're hosting an honored guest. We're escorting a criminal.
Imbibitor Lunae, you're here. Since you traveled all this way, why don't you come and talk with me? Or should I call you by your name in this lifetime? Dan Heng. When I left the Xianzhou, I heard they took away your scales and horns, forced you into a hatching rebirth, and detained you in the Shackling prison. I thought Imbibitor Lunae had been wiped from this world. But then I returned to the Luofu and watched as you parted the sea. After all these years, it was a magnificent sight to behold.
I remember you, but barely.
I recognize you. But I can't remember anything. Memories of my past life are like shattered glass. I can't piece together the reality from the individual shards.
I can't remember. The words of every person who hopes to escape their past. The Vidyadhara rebirth normally erases all memory of the previous life. However, you have retained fragments of your past, as well as the powers of the High Elder. If my guess is correct, the Preceptors were unwilling to allow the Ichor line to end, and hoped for the Imbibitor Lunae's resurrection. That is why they tampered with the Moltene rebirth, and turned you into what you are now.
Wait, what? Okay, that's new information. So they messed with his resurrection, or no, they forced him to like, was he forced, or did he mess with? Well, either way, they messed with his resurrection.
So, you also wish to restore the High Elder succession, just like the Preceptors.
I have no intention of meddling in such things. That is the business of the Vidyadhara. I returned to the Luofu so I could surrender myself to the Alliance and atone for my sins. I did, however, have one request before the trial. I asked to be given a single day to go and see old friends, and to fulfill promises I made long ago. Jing Yuan has always been an understanding person. He heard that you would be coming and agreed to my request.
So, You're the one that mailed the letter to the Express.
That's right.
Wait, in the meantime, with who?
The sea's depths conceal no stone, and dragons' breaths reveal the moon. The scenery of Scale Gorge Waterscape is truly as magnificent as the poems describe. But as a suspect, shouldn't I be bound and interrogated in the shackling prison? Is it really appropriate to bring me to a place like this, General?
Holding you in the shackling prison would be more trouble than it's worth. For security purposes, we will be performing your trial here.
For security purposes? I suppose it's not my security you're talking about.
The Stellaron's descent, the Ambrosial Arbor's resurrection, the Destruction Emanator's impersonation of the Amicassator. According to the Skyfaring Commission's investigations, you arrived on the Law Fu with a group of merchants, but didn't make a single trade during your stay. Your departure coincided with the day the calamities took place. You took advantage of the chaos to sneak into the shackling prison, but seemingly took no course of action. Now you claim that you are responsible for the Stellaron crisis and wish to surrender yourself. Your behavior truly is puzzling. I can't seem to piece together your motive.
I was asked to deliver a token in my capacity as a traveling merchant. I knew nothing of its significance. I admit I did have my own agenda for entering the shackling prison, but in the end, I found that the Law Fu did not possess what I was looking for. It is through fear of punishment that I am choosing to surrender. The galaxy is a vast place, but I am merely a wanderer. It would be silly of me to think that I could outrun the Alliance.
Merely a wanderer? You're too modest, Locha. Do I need to remind you of your actions at the Eternity Fortress and the Shroud Veil Star Zone? Or must I utter that tongue twister of a name?
Well, they don't call you the Divine Foresight for nothing, General.
You flatter me. Fortunately, I did my research, or this conversation would have been quite dry.
Seeing that you sense something is amiss, are you looking to defend me and clear my name of suspicion?
That is beyond my control. Attempting to undermine the Alliance is a grave crime. According to protocol, you are to be held on the Xianzhou Shuling for a joint trial before the Ten Lords Commission and the 7 Arbiter Generals. However, at present, you have the opportunity to enjoy the beautiful scenery of Scale Gorge Waterscape. It will be the last view of the Law Fu you ever lay eyes on.
She told me that the High Cloud Quintet once gathered and feasted here hundreds of years ago. The unparalleled sword techniques of your master, the mesmerizing cloud hymn magic of Imbibitor Lunae Dan Feng, the artful piloting skills of Bai Heng, the divine weapons crafted by the Ju-Ming artisan Ying Xing, and the unmatched stratagem of the General. The 5 of you vanquished evil from the world, creating legendary tales in your wake. Unfortunately, nothing lasts forever, and the High Cloud Quintet disbanded as each of you went your separate ways. You removed me from the shackling prison and decided to interrogate me here. But not for security purposes. You wish to discuss things that shouldn't be overheard. You wish to discuss the one person you've avoided mentioning up to now. Your master, Jing Liu.
Jing Liu.
We can head out now. I would like to visit a few places from my memories, enjoy a glass of wine, and reminisce about the good times.
Have you mistaken yourself for a tourist?
I would make a wonderful tourist. Lower your guard, young man. I have already surrendered myself to the Alliance, and I will keep my word. Besides, your general has already agreed to my request. Imbibitor Lunae, you must accompany me. I won't take no for an answer. Regardless of whether you're still interested in your previous life, accepting my letter means that you've accepted my invitation.
Lead the way.
Where should we start? Should we go to Stargazer Navalia first, or to the Artisanship Commission? So many memories are swirling inside my head. I can't get a grasp on any of them. When the people of the Cienjo live to be more than 1,000 years old, each day is like carrying the weight of a mountain through an interminable maze.
How hard is it to choose a destination? We're going to Stargazer Navalia. Problem solved.
The young are the antidote. Stargazer Navalia it is.
Okay.
If it's star skiffs you wanted to see, we could have headed to the Jade Gate. Why did we come all the way here?
You suggested the place, man.
Young man, have you ever heard of Baihung, the Foxian pilot?
Baihung? I think I've seen that name somewhere before.
Pilot.
The star skiff won't hold much longer. High Elder, catch us before it falls apart!
Imbibitor Lunae, if memories are returning to you.
I think she was one of Imbibitor Lunae's comrades.
She was a comrade and friend to both Imbibitor Lunae and all of us. Well, that's all in the past now. The reason we came to Stargazer Navalia is because I wanted to pay tribute to her here.
Huh? You mean the Foxian soul-soothing ceremony?
Yes, the sending off of a star skiff. It represents the voyage of the deceased into the stars. Due to circumstances beyond my control, I never had the chance to bid farewell to her. It is something I have regretted to this day. As for procuring a star skiff, I know they can be manufactured here, but I know nothing of the process.
I see. Follow me. I don't know anything about manufacturing star skiffs either. But getting these machines to work shouldn't be too hard. Careful. There's still Stellaron spirits lurking around.
No need to worry about the two of us.
Who goes there?
We've arrived. All ship production in Stargazer Navalia starts here.
All right.
Just enter the command into the device. The vessel used to cultivate starskiff seeds will be activated, and a ship will appear in the skyport soon after. I remember now. I've seen Baihung's name in books before.
You like to read? I couldn't tell.
Hey, I don't read much, but the General forced me to finish a bunch of ancient volumes during my training. I remember one called Views of the Universe from a Star Skiff. The author's name was Bai Hung.
That's right. Bai Hung was the one who wrote that travelogue.
It was actually really interesting. 90% of it was about Starskiff crashes on different worlds and dangerous situations. It also had records of local species and ecosystems. I remember thinking, how could an ace pilot crash land her Starskiff so many times? Then I realized that every time, she made the best of the situation and got back alive. Her luck really was out of this world.
Indeed. Her luck always astonished us. Whenever she piloted a mission, you could almost guarantee a narrow escape from the jaws of some abundance behemoth, or a miraculous return from behind enemy lines. Very few star skiffs she piloted were able to return to port in one piece. The folks at the Skyfaring Commission secretly referred to her as the Star Skiff Killer. She also possessed an uncanny ability to predict future events, inauspicious ones at least. Every ill omen that came out of her mouth would sure enough come true. Very few Cloud Knights had the courage to accompany her on missions. However, when it came to surviving, her fortunes were incredible. Even in the worst situations imaginable, she was always able to turn the tide. Luck is a type of strength, after all. I hope that this ship, built for the Star Skiff Killer, will also be able to return to the stars.
No.
Ha! That'll do it. The Starskiff assembly line has been activated. The Starskiff will take shape and enter the skyport. Let's go wait for it there. It won't be long. See? The Starskiff is complete.
After being away from the Luofu for so long, I can finally say farewell to you.
So, what happened to Bai Hung in the end?
In the end, I do not think the details are necessary. We are here today to commemorate her. In Bibiter Lunae, do you still remember the battle against Shuhu?
Huh. Should I go for a neutral? Deny?
The Abundance Emanator, Shu Hu, rallied a great army and attacked the Alliance. I read about it in the Shackling prison.
You seem to be interested in learning about your past life. Still, all of that was erased. After Shu Hu attacked the borders, he disappeared without a trace. There are no records of his remains either. Let me refresh your memory. During that battle, Bai Hung, being the headstrong girl that she was, managed to exhaust the luck that was bestowed upon her by the Rainbow Arbiter. She charged ahead and shattered the enemy's defenses, allowing the Xianzhou soldiers to break through Shuhu's sanguinary abyss and awaken you from your dragon's delirium. She was not able to walk out of that fight. We all shoulder a debt that we will never be able to repay. For the Cloud Knights, giving up one's life on the battlefield is an honor. But that wasn't something you believed in. In Bibiter Lunae, you couldn't accept that Bai Hung was gone. Instead of leaving her to eternal rest, you decided to... You made a mistake that can never be undone. There is no need to respond, Imbibitor Lune. Your answer is no longer important. And now, I will send off this star skiff. By Hung, I've brought your flagon. This was a gift handmade by him, though he never got the chance to give it to you in person. I'm sorry it took so long for me to find it. Only by bringing it to you will my nightmares be calmed. I will fulfill what you asked of me. I will keep my word. Even if it requires me to cut down the stars in the sky. Let's go. The Artisanship Commission is next. Since the Arbor's resurrection, the land has been crawling with abominations. Even the Artisanship Commission's prized creation furnace is hanging on by a thread.
The crisis happened too suddenly. All the craftsmen and apprentices fled. Only a single master craftsman was left to hold the line, until reinforcements arrived. That's how the creation furnace was saved.
Interesting. Stubborn beyond valuing his own life. That reminds me of an extremely arrogant acquaintance. If he were to see the chaos of the Artisanship Commission today, he would burst into laughter at the Xianzhou's incompetence.
What's that supposed to mean? What's wrong with saving your own life and waiting for the Cloud Knights to arrive?
And yet where were the Cloud Knights when danger was at the door? From what I heard, it was a group of Outworlders that came to the rescue.
The Luofu's delves are big places. Besides, some of the troops were deployed to the Yao Qing's campaign. The Cloud Knights were spread thin. It was impossible to guard everywhere at once.
Young man, why don't we continue our previous contest? Show me whether the sword techniques you are so proud of have improved.
You just want me to do all the work. You think I'm gonna grant endless requests for a criminal?
You go on ahead this time. We'll meet up at the creation furnace.
Why did you send him away?
It is of no importance. But you and I haven't had a decent contest in ages.
I don't plan on fighting.
I'm not asking you to point your spear at me. Could it be that the abominations here aren't enough to motivate you?
Watch this. Show your courage.
Even after your rebirth, your moves and techniques haven't changed one bit.
When I move, it's like...
Like you never forgot.
I'll go easy this time. Feeling spiffy?
That's all you got?
There's always a weakness. Lend me your strength. Blade of moonlight.
All will be revealed in lunar flame.
Let's play for a while.
Time to mix things up.
There's no power like team power. Lend me your strength. I'll go easy this time. This battle is unavoidable.
How's this taste?
Your assistance is timely.
Come on already. What took you so long this time?
Don't get anxious, Imbibitor Lunae. We have all the time in the world.
Can't be.
Watch this.
The moon shines on the truth. This spear still recognizes you as its master. Imbibitor Lunae, do you know who crafted it for you?
It's been with me ever since my exile. I don't remember when I started wielding it.
Decisive moment in the battle. We've entered the storm. To guard and defend! Crush them! Let's play for a while. Feeling spiffy?
Blade of moonlight. All will be revealed in lunar flame.
In the mood for another beating?
Merciful Medicus! You'll pay for this. I'll go easy this time.
Ready for death?
Secret of the safe. Life's like a good, my friends. Indulge yourselves! Time to mix things up.
There's no power like team power. There's always a weakness. Like that, huh?
Nowhere to run.
In the mood for another beating? It ain't over.
This battle is unavoidable.
A miracle.
Try harder.
You'll pay for this.
Stand down.
Life's like a good... My friends? Indulge yourselves!
Later moonlight, all will be revealed. In lunar flame.
There's always a weakness. Lend me your strength.
Ready for death.
I like that confidence.
This battle is unavoidable. Lend me your strength.
Nowhere to run.
You can continue to convince yourself that you are merely the reincarnation of Dan Feng and have nothing to do with his sins. And you can keep insisting that you have forgotten everything, but you cannot run from combat, Dan Heng. Your spearmanship is identical to Imbibitor Lunay's. Combat is like smelting, purging the impurities with burning flames and exposing a person's true nature. Those are the words of the one who made Cloudpiercer for you. Do you remember, out of all of us, you were the closest to him? It was strange, really, to see someone so arrogant get along with someone so proud.
I'd rather leave this world in a blaze than live until the end of time. I will let all of the Xianzhou know that a brief moment of my life is worth more than their long and meaningless lives.
You still remember his name. When he was but a child, he swore to take revenge on the abominations. That's what drove him to travel across the stars to the Xianzhou to receive training. When I first met him, he wasn't even as tall as my sword. But he was boasting about mastering all the crafts of the Artisanship Commission by the time he was 100 years old. The little brat was no less arrogant than the High Elder. At first, I wasn't too fond of his defiant nature. But when we met again, he was able to craft weapons that astonished the Master Craftsman. He even snatched the Artisanship Commission title of Furnace Master. Unfortunately, the Alliance would never allow a short-life species to run the Artisanship Commission. He was only able to prove his worth alongside us outcasts in the end.
You didn't go easy just so I would get here first, did you?
Of course not. Your technique must have improved so much that I simply couldn't keep up with you.
So, are we here to commemorate your short-life species friend?
Eavesdropping is a bad habit. Besides, when did I ever say he was no longer in this world?
Even the cryocapsules wouldn't be able to extend the life expectancy of a short life species for long. If he is still alive, he must be ancient.
Yingxing is still alive?
Of course he's still alive. But he might be better off dead. Some people are born with unparalleled foresight and exceptional intelligence, but make the most ill-advised choices at destiny's crossroads. As smart as he was, he made the foolish attempt to use the flesh of the Abundance Emanator to aid Imbibiter Lunae in resurrecting his deceased companion. His stupidity turned him into a monster, cursed with immortality. His soul was shattered and became the evil that he hated most. The irony.
For an old friend, you don't seem to have that much pity.
I gave him a second chance. Does that not count?
What did you do to him?
He should have been eternally jailed in the shackling prison for his crimes. But I gave him a different kind of freedom. I took the shell that once held his soul and passed my sword techniques on to him. I let him die 100 deaths to remind him of the karma of his previous life. Afterward, I heard he was reborn and even gave himself a name. We've idled too long. Let's head to the Alchemy Commission.
As a follower of the Rainbow Arbiter, you have witnessed the catastrophe brought upon by the plague's author, General. Living beings turning into undying monsters, eventually used as sacrifices to the Abundance. What do you think should be done to put an end to it, General?
The Alliance follows the Rainbow Arbiter's edict to continue ridding the world of evil, so that one day Yaoshi might be vanquished and the cycle of life and death restored.
Under the auspices of the Rainbow Arbiter, the faithful Cloud Knights continue the hunt. Their devotion and sacrifices are indeed commendable, but their devotedness has made them close-minded. Take me, for example. My powers originate from the Abundance, yet my goals are aligned with the Alliance. The Hunt is not the only faction in the universe that wants Yaoshi dead. It is natural for short-life species to yearn for immortality. That is expected of any intelligent life form. To want to eliminate these thoughts would be equivalent to killing an eon. Such a goal is so impossible as to be laughable, to be honest. So, in order to sever Yaoshi's curse, one must look to the source for a different solution. Your master happened upon a revelation and returned from the Mara. She has traveled many worlds and discovered a solution.
I'm listening.
I apologize, General. I'm afraid the next move will have to be made on the Shu Ling.
As I expected. Your surrender is just the next step in your scheme. You wish to avail yourself of the Ten Lords' decree to enter Shu Ling and stand before the 6 generals, even the Marshal. That is your true agenda. And the purpose of the contents of your coffin.
General, you said it yourself. This is beyond your control. It is the law of the Alliance. We cannot deviate from it.
Splendid, well done. This was a spectacular move.
You've changed, Jingyuan. The man I knew would never have admitted he was bested.
Order's already been restored to the Alchemy Commission. Why are we here?
I heard the healer lady is capable of curing all diseases. I'm here for the same reason anyone would be. For a checkup and consultation. Patience, young man. We're not far from Scale Gorge waterscape. The mission the General tasked you with is about to come to an end.
Dunhung, what a surprise! Are you not feeling well? Please, come this way.
Miss Bailu. She's here for a consultation.
Oh, I see. Are you here for your eyes? Or is it something else?
My eyes are fine. I cover them to avoid seeing that which reminds me of the past and riles my inner demons. My thoughts have been disordered lately, and I experience occasional night terrors. Do you have a way to soothe my mind, Dragon Lady?
Those symptoms don't sound like my area of expertise. Who cares? The healers of the Alchemy Commission don't get to pick and choose their patients. Give me your hand. We'll start by checking your pulse. You'll need to take some translucent worms so I can take a closer look. Your hand! It's freezing! Please wait. Dunhung, can I speak to you for a minute? Your friend here has a very peculiar condition. Her pulse is extremely faint. Normally, this would mean that she...
won't live much longer?
She won't live much longer.
Let the healer make the professional diagnosis. Your friend's situation is unique. She looks healthy, but her hands are cold as ice. It feels like there's a dark current running and pulsing between her core esse and her veins. I've never seen anything like it. With more research, I might be able to make a new entry in the medical records. Can you and your friend come back for follow-up visits?
Well,
today's her last day on the Luofu.
What a shame. If she could stay for a few days, I might be able to figure out how to cure her. I'll do my best. No matter what I administer, she's gonna need to drink a ton of warm water from this point on. Come with me. I'll prescribe her some soul-returning vitality infusion. I won't cure her, but I'll... Wait! Where did my big medicine box go? I'm sorry. Ever since the disciples of Sanctus Medicus were expelled, things have been a mess around here. Dunhung, You mind coming with me to retrieve my medicine? I could use your skills.
Are you in trouble, Dragon Lady? I'll come along as well.
No. No trouble at all.
It's no bother. A little walk will do me good.
Huh.
Ah.
It's funny how she said that. Ah. Okay. Let's follow her. Man, I kind of wish I out-leveled up Dan Hong, but...
I can smell the herbs. It's around here. Hey! Give me back my medicine box! That thing runs so fast! Don't let it get away! Watch this. There's an even bigger monster protecting this one! When did so many creatures start visiting the Alchemy Commission?
Careful.
Allow me to eliminate these obstacles, Dragon Lady. Stand back. The chill of my sword freezes everything in its path.
We've entered the storm. To guard and defend! Crush them!
I'll go easy this time. Feeling spiffy?
Nice like a good, my friends. Indulge yourselves!
Lend me your strength.
Blade of Moon. All will be revealed. In lunar flame. Try harder.
Let's play for a while. You'll pay for this.
Lend me your strength.
Ready for death.
In the mood for another beating? How's this taste?
Save it for your own skin.
I'll go easy this time. Let's play. Can you find the answer?
Nowhere to run. All will be revealed. In lunar flame.
This battle is unavoidable.
We've entered the storm. To guard and defend! Crush them!
Feeling spiffy? You'll pay for this.
Lend me your strength.
Time Time to mix things up.
Your assistance is timely.
Nice like a good brew, my friends. Indulge yourselves!
There you go.
All right, let me make sure nothing's missing. Excellent. The calming valerian and chi strengthening infusions are here. Let's head back. Never make a patient wait too long. Apologies again for the delay. This prescription won't cure you, but it will nourish your body and calm your mind.
Very well. The fate of a long-life species is inevitable, even with the best doctors.
You're Mara-struck? I don't see the symptoms in you at all. What with the incident on the Law Fu, I've treated a number of Mara-stricken patients recently. They all presented with signs of incoherence, delirium, or frightening physical mutations. You don't seem to have any of that.
I made a deal that allowed me to retain what life I had left in me. I may be sane, but one thing is certain. My mind is already at its limit, and yet I still have many unfulfilled wishes and plenty of unfinished business.
I see. So you've learned to live with your illness. I can't help much with issues of the spirit, but the medical records do mention that calming the mind is a way to heal the body. If you're able to forget about the past, there might be a chance for your symptoms to regress.
Really? How unfortunate. My hatred overshadows my other emotions. I chose to hold on to it, to embrace it, and to use it to maintain my existence. All I have left are the sword in my hand and my hatred of the past. If I am without either of them, I would fall into an empty void. Thank you for your advice, Dragon Lady. Meeting you has provided more healing than any kind of medicine or remedy. By the way, among those you've treated in recent days, did you notice a person in bandages?
Bandages? That's a vague description, you know. I'm not sure. We get injured patients from all over the Xianzhou for treatment, and the number of injuries we see has skyrocketed since the Ambrosia Arbor crisis.
The person I'm inquiring about is tall, with a serious expression. He also carries a crude sword with him at all times. Have you seen someone like that, Dragon Lady?
Oh, yes! Someone came by today that matches that description. He must have suffered some kind of sword wound. He had a strong scent of blood. Though, from the way he behaved, it must have been fairly minor. He didn't even take the medicine I prescribed.
He's probably looking for a different kind of medicine. Well then, it would seem that everything is in place. Let's go meet our old friend. Take this man away. This does not involve him.
Yanqing.
Oh, was he talking about him?
And so, everyone is present. I never thought the High Cloud Quintet would be able to gather again in the same place after hundreds of years.
Wait, is Blade the furnace guy?
If I remember correctly, the five of us made a promise here 7 centuries ago. We promised that no matter what happened, we would gather here together and share a drink.
So is Blade the...
sad that Scale Gorge waterscape remains empty while the world continues to turn. Some of us have been reborn, while others were denied death. Some have become criminals, while others can no longer fulfill their promises. And in the end, our friendship is no more.
Okay, so Blade is the furnace guy, is what I'm guessing.
Soon, I will be shackled and tried. This will be the last you see of me. This is why I sent out the invitations before departing, hoping that everyone would be gathered here for my final farewell. Of 5 people, 3 must pay a price. Imbibitor Lunae, the chief culprit, chose to use the transmutation arcanum as a means of resurrection, begetting terrible transformation and great calamity in the process. He dishonored the name of the fallen, Ying Sing, the accomplice, arrogant and oblivious, used the flesh of the Abundance Emanator to assist Imbibitor Lunae in his evil. He fell, becoming an immortal abomination.
Okay, so yeah, he is the furnace master.
As for Jing Liu, the sinner, she succumbed to Mara, slaughtered her people, and abandoned her oath. Now it is time we pay for what we have done.
I mean, Avarner, Lulaine, I mean, these guys weren't that bad in my opinion.
Dan Heng, you can never escape the shadow of Imbibitor Lunae. He is your origin, and his sins will accompany you in your path forward until you meet your eventual doom. Blade, what a fitting name. In the remainder of your infinite life, you will experience only murder and your own death, all the while pleading for a place to rest. This is the only way you are able to relinquish Ying Sing's regrets. And I will face the punishment of the Alliance and suffer an eternal punishment before paying an even worse price. That is the only way to keep the memory of the pain of the past from fading away. High Cloud Quintet. It is time to say goodbye.
Watch this. Show your courage.
A wineless gathering, accompanied by only sadness and bitterness. What a depressing reunion. Jing Yuan, is it not time you sent me to the Shuling?
The laws of the Alliance cannot be subject to change. Unfortunately, your next stop will be the Yuchi. I reported everything to the Marshal, and the Seer strategist just so happened to take an interest in the case. They set up a Deca-light reflection barrier in hopes of meeting the 2 of you beforehand.
Jing Yuan, you haven't changed at all. Always trying to destroy the plans of others, but in the end, Whether it be you, me, the Cloud Knights, or the generals of the Rainbow Arbiter, we are all just pawns in a game of the gods. I am sick and tired of treading on a predetermined path. No matter, I will deviate if you insist. But this does not change how things will end. Ultimately, I will stand on the side of victory.
Then I shall see this gamble through.
Wait. Jingliu, before you leave, you still owe me my due.
I have tried. Besides inflicting more wounds on your body, there is nothing else I can do for you. The immortality that you possess is not something that can be dealt with so easily. I am sure Destiny's slave already told you that the swords of mortals are incapable of killing someone with the flesh of an emanator.
He did. But you still owe me the attempt.
Man.
I told you when I taught you the way of the sword. I am uninterested in drawing my blade against someone who does not long for life, who wants only to be slaughtered.
You will only draw against an opponent. Jingliu, allow me to repay you for your teachings.
Savor the moment. I will deliver you a brief moment of death. We were here once, 700 years ago. Laughing, sparring, and thinking about the future. Their faces still linger before my eyes, like a bygone dream. I thought those joyful days would flow indefinitely before us, like a Xianzhou lifetime. Yet, dreams will eventually fade like clouds from the sky.
Oh, damn.
A familiar feeling. Almost as if we've returned to my first sword lesson. You used the sword Insing crafted, and pierced, sliced, and impaled me time and time again. The swordplay used to slay our enemies of old is still engraved on this despicable shell. All I can do is watch my flesh become severed, healed, and restored. It's as if they're saying, why? Why did you and Imbibitor Lune commit such an unforgivable sin? I know that you have no interest in my answer, which is why I asked the question as you looked me straight in the eye. I've asked myself that same question infinite times, but was never able to find the answer. Why? Why is it that only the abominations can return time and time again? Why does someone like her have to be buried, burned to ash, and eventually forgotten? Why? In the end, you unleashed the final piercing blow and left both me and the sword in the withered grave. The miraculous thing is that in my brief moment of death, all the pain went away, like when we drank to drown our sorrows.
Imbibitor Lunae, what do you plan on doing next?
I'm going to return to the
Once
Express.
this gathering ends, I will return to the Express to continue my journey.
The Express won't be able to carry you forever. Your friends all have burdens of their own, just as we did back then. I did think about giving up on revenge and letting go of everything when I fled the Luofu years ago. However, as time passed, it became more and more clear. It was like an old friend that accompanied me every passing day, always nagging in my ear. The memories of what I did when I was Mara-struck are deeply rooted. Since I am unable to rid myself of them, I decided to face them head-on in the end. Maybe when I witness the fall of the abundance, you and Ying Sing will find true release. Goodbye, Imbibitor Lunae.
You know, I can't think of what to say, because when you put them on the same team, she seems to love them being on the team. Or she's sad about them, but in story, it's, she hates them. But, so I don't know how to feel about that.
Dan Heng, the General wants me to forget about everything I saw today. I understand. These disputes are far too complicated for me right now. Swordplay is a lot simpler. I have some close friends of my own in the Cloud Knights. Will we fall out the way you guys did?
I have to go.
Goodbye for now, Dan Heng. I hope the next time we meet, it'll be under happier circumstances.
Yeah, you too, man.
She couldn't do it with her sword either. She still couldn't do it. We have no choice but to continue the pursuit. This is the price the two of us must pay.
I will see it through.
Elio's script still requires you to stay alive. For now.
Wait, what?
I don't mind prolonging my vengeance. It might be more interesting that way.
I don't know why you have vengeance against him. You agreed.
She's gone. All this must have seemed like a silly performance to someone newly reborn. But I am unable to prevent my old friends from taking sides against one another. Who you are is a question that only you can find the answer to. Even if the Preceptor's interference denied you a true rebirth. Yes. It has been a long day for you, Dan Heng.
Bent but unbroken. Yeah, I just want to check something in March's room. Hmm. Anyway, that's it for today, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 character missions left. 2 main story missions I haven't done yet. And 4 side missions. Okay, well, thank you guys for joining. Goodbye.